Hey, how's it going? So, thought I'd try something a little different for this video. Playing some Stardew Valley. I wanted to see if right on. Wanted to see if maybe that'd be a little bit easier of a video to record and be able to talk through at the same time. And plus I haven't played this game in like almost 2 years. I got really into it for a while, but it's been almost 2 years since I played, and don't remember a lot. I do remember that I think it's good to get these seeds planted on the first day. Anyways, this isn't a let's play. I'm here to talk about you should stop chasing perfection. In my eyes, as much as I would like to do something perfect, I know that I never will. And something that my mom told me that I kind of mentioned in like my first video maybe, was that she told me that it's impossible to be perfect because the day that like you're perfect or to be perfect is to like not exist. Like you're only perfect the day you die. When you die, you know. And for some reason, that's been like in the back of my head since she told me that about a month ago, 2 months ago maybe. And as I've been going through and like I hold myself to high standards just for a lot of stuff that I do, everything, because I want to make sure that I do it to my standards to get the job done, or for school, work, just whatever I do. Like I had to fix my girlfriend's car. I want to make sure that I did it absolutely perfect to the best of my ability, and that's what perfection is in my eyes. Is to do something perfect is to do it to the absolute best of my ability with everything I do. If I'm doing something, why should I be giving it like 50% effort, just like, oh, it's good enough. It's like, no, if I take 5 extra minutes or whatever I'm doing, the extra step to make it a lot better, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. Doing a lot of sports growing up, and then getting into music and stuff. All the sports and music and hobbies just in general take practice. So I pretty much had like a practice schedule for some sort of hobby, sport, music, like I said, pretty much my entire life. And so that like consistency was kind of just shaped me into how I think about doing, all my just normal stuff. Let's plant our seeds here. I already got 15. So, oh, I don't want that one. So just practicing, it just kind of became like second nature. Like having the want to like practice and just know that in order to get better I need to practice. So that they always tell you practice makes perfect, which is true. If you want to get better at something, you got to practice, you got to work at it, and have that mentality that it's not going to happen overnight. But in my eyes, I always thought that practice makes permanent. I'm sure maybe if you had like a coach or a teacher or something that says if you don't practice like it's game day, or you're during like it is a game, then you're not gonna, how you perform at practice is how you're gonna perform at the game. So I always thought that do everything with like intention. Everything that you do is intentional and thought out. And I'm a more meticulous person, so that can vary. But just that mindset that practice makes permanent. If I'm at practice, I'm going to practice exactly how I want to perform at the game, at the meet, at the performance. That way, like, I'm building that consistency and that mindset. I'm like, oh, it's just practice. I don't really care that much. I'm not going to give it my all. Then when it's game day and you're, on the line, you're not going to perform the way that you want. Maybe some people can. I know some people are gifted that way. Like my brother, he's definitely, I'd say, more of a procrastinator, and so is my girlfriend. They get along the exact same way when it comes to that stuff, procrastinating, and they can get away with it because they can turn into that. Oh, it's game day, time to do game day. Be in that mindset. Oh, it's practice, time to be in the practice mindset. But to me, in my eyes, it's all the same mindset. So like, coming hand in hand with that stuff was I was always the one willing to always not try the hardest, but do my best at every practice, and put in the hours in practice. And I thought I was always doing more work than everybody else, and it did pay off. I'm not saying that I had to be the best at everything. Some things I was more gifted than others, and some others I would practice just as hard or harder than everybody else. And there were others that were just more gifted than me, better. And I'm not a competitive person, so I didn't really look at it that way. But I was like, I knew in my eyes and in my heart that I was like, I'm outworking everybody else, and I'm okay with that, to get the results that I want for myself. But it always came down to, I always, just my whole life, I think I always, like I said, I want to do the work. I'm about to pass out. I have not played this game in a while. Let's go meet some friends. Let's here, cool. But I always felt like I always came just shy of being the best, or I was always just second best. That's all I was seen as, especially in high school. Having like a twin brother. Not that I was a competitive person, not that I cared about social status, but it'd always be like, oh, we like your brother more, and I'm like, okay, but don't compare me to my brother. Compare me to look at me like I'm just me. I'm not my brother, or like that. Like, does that make sense? Like, people like me just because I'm like my brother's brother, or people like my brother, and they would in turn kind of like me because I'm just my brother's brother. And I was like, no, I want people to like me for me. I want people to recognize, my talents because of how hard I work or something, not because of somebody else. So I always, I forgot, I can't do that. I can't do this stuff. We're gonna give this flower to Haley. Let's go find Haley. So in high school, it was pretty big for me. I always kind of just came shy of being, I was always compared to this one other kid. And not that I resent him or anything, but it didn't get to me. But just with certain aspects, I was like, I will only be seen, like when people hear my name, they're like, oh, he's just second best. Shuirozen is just second best whenever they heard my name. That's all they thought of, which I didn't really like. Yeah, I don't like being compared to other people because I think it takes away the individuality and uniqueness in my efforts. It's like, oh, when people hear how hard I work or how good I am, they're like, oh, he's not as good as so and so, or he doesn't work as hard as so and so because he's only second best. And my best friend Flames gets it. He feels the same way. We were both in a similar situation, so it happens. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be the best at something. I'm doing it for me, and I'm gonna work hard. But sometimes you just fall short. And I just want to spend time doing the things that I like, rather than competing to be the best. Like I practice, like for example, I was pretty big into soccer and like track when I was a kid. So, but the door's open. All right. So I did it because I liked those sports. I liked baseball. I practiced. I liked soccer. I practiced. I did it for me, not to be the absolute best on the team or to be, the starter or the star player. That wasn't the reason. So I really encourage you to change your outlook and do something because you like it, not because of a social status or because something's trending or to, turn it into a competition. It takes the fun out of it. And I've never really been one to compare myself to others, maybe because I grew up with like a twin brother, so there was always kind of like that default comparison people would always hold you to. I never did, and I don't think my parents did, which I'm very thankful for. But if you're constantly comparing yourself to other people around you, you'll never be able to see how far you've come. Like the only person I can compare myself to is me every day. When I wake up, I want to be better than I was yesterday. You know, and that's good. I think that's good, but to a healthy extent. You know, I'm like, for example, we'll take like a hobby, and I'm practicing. I'm working at it. You know, trying to take it to the next step because I enjoy it, not for money or a competition or anything like that. You know, just because like I enjoy this hobby and I would like to see myself, you know, further develop in this hobby or whatever it is. You know, making these videos, for example, it turned out to just me doing like a voice kind of diary thought kind of deal, and now I've decided to express myself and make put my thoughts on YouTube on a weekly basis, or at least try to. You know, but I'm doing it to see how far I've come, not to do it because it's trendy or, you know, for fame and money or something, you know. So I really encourage you to do things that you like because you like it, not because somebody tells you to or because you expect some sort of gain from it. So I just wanted to make a quick video, put my thoughts down real quick. First take. Hopefully everything comes out good. But yeah. Oh shucks, we never found Haley. I wanted to give her one of the daffodils. I remember she likes these. I did one playthrough and I picked Haley, and I think we're gonna go ahead and pick her again for just cause. Like the trash. Oh man, we're not gonna find her. All right. But yeah. So I can't go this way. Oh, maybe I can. But yeah. So at the end of the day, don't get discouraged that you'll never be perfect. Or I'm not telling you that you can't be perfect, but you'll always think you do something perfect, and then you'll think and look back and you'll be like, oh, I could have done that better. Or maybe, you know, if I could redo it, I'd do it this way instead. You know, yeah, when you stop chasing that perfection, everything becomes so much more like relaxed and enjoyable. And that's something I've been realizing the past couple months, that when I take a step back, I enjoy things a lot more, you know. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully somebody out there can relate. Again, I'm just making these videos for me to look back on and see how far I've come. But yeah, so if somebody out there saw this, thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day. And you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna get to where you want to go, as long as you keep your, you know, stay focused, and you know, just keep looking at how far you've come, and you'll realize that you'll get there. So, thank you, and I'll catch you later.